You never know with the Cleveland Browns. I don't feel bad for them. Not even a little. That's on them. They unnecessarily let down a whole lot of people that have been starving for years in Cleveland. You have to change. You have to do something about this. Step one, you finally owned up to your mistake. That's step one. The whole Deshaun Watson thing turned into an absolute disaster. Your quarterback that you got in a trade and gave him all that money was an absolute failure. He has been and will continue to be a failure. The fact that the Browns ownership did this fully aware of the disturbing allegations, the bold defiance and behavior he exhibited shows how bad of a football team they are. I feel bad for their fans. I have no sympathy for an owner who signed off on a deal this big. It was a fully guaranteed contract for a guy that was facing 22 allegations of sexual assault and harassment. I understand it was an investigation. I understand what the NFL found. I understand what investigators gathered and everything. It was not a pretty picture. It was a bad deal. It's probably the worst trade in NFL history. It is the worst trade in NFL history. I don't think anybody debates that anymore. And the Houston Texans knew what they were doing when they decided to move on from him. They were obviously ready to move on. They found their franchise quarterback and seemed to be on the right track. I can't believe the Cleveland Browns fell for this. At the time, the Browns were one of the thirstiest franchises for a quarterback, and knowing what, he was dealing with and facing, they made him their quarterback anyway, and fans and the people in the front office can only, feel immensely disappointed. For too long, the Browns have absolutely blundered and mismanaged the last 2 decades, maybe even longer. It's a high time for them to do something with the quarterback position because Deshaun Watson was never that guy, and they're just now seeing what they've done. And at least the owner can say, look, I'm the owner. I had to sign off on this, and it starts with me, and I take full accountability. I mean, if you were going to go with him as your quarterback, you already knew the backlash you would receive.